relation to our present calculations. So let us go to that. It took mankind more than 1,000,000 years to reach the first billion. That's the correct calculation. So mankind took around 1,000,000 years to reach first billion, 100 crores. That was the world population around the year 1800. You see that calculation. When it was 1800, 1800, the population was 100 crore. By the year 1900, that means after 100 years, a second billion was added. So it has become 2 billion. Like our corona, it is increasing like that, isn't it? Last day it was 4,000, yesterday it was 5,400. So like that, the population increased the 1 billion within 100 years. And the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. You see, increasing population. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. This is a wrong calculation. Now it is 7.3 billion, I think so. Today's current population is 730 crores. So 7.3 billion. So every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. Every 4 days. So you see the comparison of the population increase. Fertility falls as incomes rise. Fertility falls as incomes rise. Education spreads and health improves. You see, it is a study. Fertility falls. The human fertility falls down. Its average falls down when incomes rise, underline. Education spreads, health improves. That means when there is highly educated, highly rich people are there, their population will be less. Now you can search out a population status of our India, state-wise. Wherever there is lesser education, whichever state has less educated people, poor people, their population increases. In the community where income is more, education is more, there the number of family members are very less. We can also search out our family members. At home, father, mother, 1 or 2 or 3 maximum. Average, I am saying. But if you go to the poor villages, their number of children are very high in number. That is a study here says. That means here fertility, you can change the word there to understand members of family. Then the idea will be very clear. Members of family decreases when income of the family rise, education of the members rise spreads, and health of the people improves. This is the meaning. When your health is good, you are educated, you will be busy with your job. When your income is more, you will be immersed in the activities. You will be busy. Educated and healthy people and higher income people will be very busy with their profession, with their life. That in a way affects the fertility, the number of children at home, productivity. That is the reason it is told there. Now you read it. Fertility comes down, fertility falls, fertility decreases when the income of the family rises, when the education of the family members spreads, when the health of the family members increase. Thus, development is the best contraceptive. Here, contraceptive is a method to control the population. Here, the contraceptive is the meaning method of controlling population. So, Nani Palkiwala says, if you want to control the population, your per capita income should be more. Commerce students may understand. Per capita income. Income per head. Per capita means per head. Income of the family should be more, and education should be more. Then population will be less. So if you want to control the population, give importance to education, give importance to job. This is a study. So here is that development is the best contraceptive. When there is money, when there is riches, when there is health, when there is education, then only we get development. You have to understand in a different way. In others, if there is healthy people, then only they will be able to work for the country. When the healthy people work for the country, then only there will be development. Therefore, healthy people are the cause of development. Clear now? If there are healthy people and if there is no money, nothing can be done. So when there is more income, how can income come? When there is healthy people, they will go for work. People will get money, income will be more. So healthy people is the basis of income of the family. Healthy citizens are the basis of the income of the country. When the people are healthy and rich, they will go for better education. Well-educated people are the basis of the development of the country. Clear now? In this way, that is why healthy, educated, and rich, these three things are the basis of the development of a country. That is why it is written there, the development is the best contraceptive. That is the conclusion of the previous sentence. Underline that. First sentence and second sentence. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. So, development itself may not be possible if the present increase in numbers continues. So, you see, simultaneously, there is riches, there is education, there are healthy people. Simultaneously, if the population is also increases, no development will be there. Suppose this year, last year, your parent had per year 5 lakhs rupees. I am taking a small amount, 5 lakhs rupees. Clear now? And you were 4 family members. That was enough and more well satisfied. Next year, your parents' income has raised to 5.25 lakhs. Your family members increases to 4 to 6. 4 to 6, suppose 4 to 6. Then what happens? Your income will not be sufficient for 6 people as you had spent last year. So development will not be there. Balance will not be there. So your parent will not be able to do any development activity at home. Parent thought of building a new room for you specially. But next year he could not because the income could not suffice the 6 members. So he told, next year we will see. That is the meaning written here. But the development itself may not be possible if the population increases. This is the idea, concept about the population. The rich get richer and the poor beget children which condemns them to remain poor. Underline. It is a great saying. Rich begets rich people. Children are born in rich families, are living in a very good atmosphere. And poor children born to poor parents are being poor always. In simple way, rich gives birth to rich children, poor parents give birth to poor children. More children does not mean more workers. These are certain things we have to understand. More children does not mean more workers, merely more people without work. You see, some people may think if the population is more, we can use them for more work. Statement says number of people will not help number of work. Suppose if there is a higher number of people and among them 20% are sick, that population will not be healthy for larger work. That is why more workers, merely more people without work. It is not the whole lesson suggests for a control of population. That is why sentences are written like that. They suggest control of population. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized. But there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. The choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. So here the basic thing, the author speaks about the control of population, for which different methods should be used, and perpetuation of poverty. Perpetuation, what is perpetuation? Perpetual, permanent, perpetual, permanent, continuous. So here the questions are two. One is control of population, that is overpopulation. Second is perpetual poverty. How we have to control both. Poverty should be controlled, population should be controlled. The population of India is estimated to be 920 million today. more than the entire population of Africa and South America put together. So the comparison, don't take the number. Number is unimportant here because it will not match with the present population. But the condition is that the total population of Africa plus the population of South America is equal to the population of India. You just think India is a subcontinent. In this way, we have to think. India is a subcontinent. Africa is a continent. America is a continent. So this subcontinent contains a population of 2 continents. In this way, you can imagine the number of population in India. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. The author says, if we do not give much importance to control of population, what will happen? The people will die in the poor hutments. People will die in the poor hutments. Because if we do not give priority to control population, the poor people will beget poor children, unhealthy children, and they will live in the hutments, small huts in slums, and there they will die due to unhealthy situation. So this is the thing what the author says, Nani Palkiwala says. Nani Palkiwala says this. So the prime duty of Indian government is to control population and to save the unhealthy people from their poverty. Clear? These are the 2 things. For the first time in human history, we see a transcending concern. The survival not just of the people, but the planet. You see, now we are coming to again planet. So here we have seen 2 things. In the first phase, we have seen how the planet, the largest living organism, is unhealthy. Reason we have found human beings are a cause to that. What are the reasons for human population? Because of the increased population. Understood? In this way, you have to learn with the connection. We are learning about planet. Formerly, in the beginning, the planet was considered as a material body, a non-living material body. Later, people came to understand that Earth should be considered as a living organism. So since it is a living organism, it will be affected. And the people and the studies shows that the face of the earth is deformed. The further studies proved that the distortion of the planet is made by the human being. The increased population is the reason for the distortion of planet. Because when the population increase, people did not have place to live. So they cut the trees and made it habitats, living areas. So the area of the forest was decreased. Together with the trees were used for firewood. In this way, the face of the earth was distorted. The cause is human population. Therefore, in order to save the earth, the organism, the prime duty is to control human population. And in the second phase, we have seen the reasons for increased population and how can we control human population. Now, in the third phase, again, we are coming to the globe. You see, here the question is how can the globe be survived? It is a survival again. Charles Darwin comes. The globe, the organism, the earth is in danger. How can it survive from this situation? We have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. You see? We have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. The environmental Hello?
So, what's mean a holistic?
Holistic means pure. In its pure thoughts. Pure thought. You see, began to take the holistic view without any distorted thoughts. We should have a sincere thought. We should take the things in its own way. When we take it with a different meaning, it is not holistic. So here we have understood that the earth is a living organism and we are the partner to the earth. So our holistic view is how can we live with the healthy planet? It is our moral duty to make the planet healthy. That is our duty, moral obligation. This is a holistic view. When we come to the real thoughts, realistic thoughts, pure thoughts, so we have begun to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. The environmental problem does not necessarily signal our demise. It is our passport for the future. You see, certain philosophical thought is shared there. The environmental problem, the problem of the earth, problem of the environment does not necessarily signal is used as a verb, give signal our demise. You see, people now think that if it goes like that, ozone holes will be large and the existence of human being is in danger. Within 20 years, 30 years, humans will not be there on the earth. It is even the thoughts. Sometimes we see in the medias. If it goes like this, the existence of human being is very difficult on earth. So here you see the environmental problem, the problem of the earth. That is environmental problem. The problem of the earth does not signal our demise. It is our passport for the future. That means in order to keep a holistic view towards the earth, gives you a passport. Here the passport for the future, what do you mean? Your transition from present to the future. The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility, age of responsibility. So the world vision, the new world vision, what is green earth. Green earth. A new responsibility. What is new responsibility? Humans should think as a partner to the earth. That is a new vision. You are not to destroy the earth. If you destroy the earth, you are destroying yourself. End of the earth is equal to end of man. Demise of earth is equal to demise of man. You see, so now we are called to have think about our moral responsibility. You see, the emerging new world vision, thought of the world, that is green earth thinking. Make the earth green. Make our planet green. Green revolution. Green movement. This is the new world vision. Don't take world, or don't take globe, don't take the earth as a separate material body. Consider it as our family member. Earth and the humans are together members of one family, environmental family. So if the earth is affected, humans are affected. If humans are affected, earth is affected. This is a mutual responsibility. This is the new world vision. This is the vision that is granted by green movement. This is a new thought that make the world green, make the planet green, plant the trees. Everything is this part. This is the new vision. This is the era of responsibility. When human being is aware about his own responsibility, then only we can save the earth. Clear now? This is the meaning. It is a holistic view. It is a pure view. It is a view without any kind of fault. Holistic view, an ecological view, an environmental view, a view that is related to our environment, seeing the world as an integrated whole. You see, underline, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. Dissociated means separated. So, this is the holistic view. What is a holistic view? Consider the world as an integrated whole. The globe and whatever be there upon the globe are considered together. That means the earth, its plants and trees, the animals that live on the earth, the humans that live on the earth, everything should be considered as a whole. Suppose you think about your family. Your family is integrated whole with the members, father, mother, children. That is an integrated whole. Earth is an integrated whole. A large has ears and eyes. It has nose. So humans are legs. Animals may be hands. Trees and other parts are different parts of the body. In this way, when it comes together, earth becomes a single organism, a being. So the holistic view, The era of responsibility reminds us to consider world earth as an integrated whole rather than dissociated. Associate, opposite, dissociate, separate, dissociate, collection of parts. Industry has a most crucial role to play in this new era of responsibility. Underline. Industry has a major role to play. What a transformation would be effected if more businessmen shared the view of chairman of DuPont, Mr. Edgar S. Bullard, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. You see, holistic view, era of responsibility, a view that world is an integrated whole. All these meanings are there. When it is in this matter, business people have or industry has a greater role to play. Pollution. So in this matter, Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, the chairman of DuPont, I would say, instead of chairman, chief executive officer, CEO, chief executive officer, he declared himself, he changed the full form of CEO. If you go for the full form of CEO, it will be chief executive officer of the company. He changed the full form of CEO into chief environmental officer. Being the chairman of the company, he told our priority should be for keeping the environment clean. No, in front of our gate itself it is written, no plastic, plastic free campus. Now, government is taking a lot of initiations for removing the plastic from the surroundings, plastic free state, plastic free country. All these are the part of awareness of these holistic thoughts. So, Mr. Edgar S. Woolard, underline, he defined himself as chief executive environmental officer. He said, our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance. So he said that the success of the company in production should be matching with their mentality towards keeping the environment clean, keeping the environment healthy. Through this, the author wants to bring into our attention, bring into our notice, such an important person. How did he consider the need of keeping the planet? Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher, former Prime Minister of Britain, underline Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady of Britain. Margaret Thatcher, during the years of her Prime Ministership of UK, none has passed so decisively into the current coin of English usage as her felicitous words. She speaks, no generation has a free hold on this earth. These coming 5 lines, underline it. It is very important. That is a message. That is a message for the generation. The coming 5 lines, you put curly bracket. That is a total gist of the lesson. Words of Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain. No generation has a free hold on this earth. all we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease. Very meaningful sentence. Nobody should think that this land is mine and mine only. See, you have to understand in a clear way. Otherwise, you will get confused. Nobody shall think that this land is mine and I can do whatever I want. That is a wrong concept. First condition is okay. This land is mine. That is right. Second clause. So I can do whatever I want. That is wrong. You are a tenant on this land. That is the second part. You are a tenant. Suppose if you are living on a place on rent, you are supposed to keep that house neat and clean. And after the tenantship, you have to return the house as it is to its landlord, its owner. Am I right? Suppose some of your house might have been given for rent, and sometimes you may go and check it whether the house is. Yes. Ask me.
Yeah. So we can say it's like ours. It need to be like it's mine, but like ours. Even though
We can use. We can use ours. No. Here, what I said, mine. The reason is that when the mine comes, I do according to my whims and fancies.
It'll be like selfish if you think like that.
Selfishness. That is why I told the first part is wrong. We have to come to the thinking of becoming ours. That is coming there in next sentence. Clear now? We should not take it as mine. If I think it is mine, I will use as I wish, according to my whims and fancies. That is why in the first part we have seen, you can use whatever things on the earth, but you should not be greedy. You have to take it for your own use. Clear now? So here, if you think that this is only mine, you will distort the earth. Instead, you have to think that you are living on the earth as a tenant, because this.
If you're greedy, it will be like a poison to the whole thing.
Poison, no. Greedy, that means
right?
Greediness is a poison. It is a poison. So he will distort it. When you live as a tenant, there will be a thought that you have to return safe to the landlords. Here you are an offspring. The legacy should be handed over to the coming generation. So I told in the beginning, it is in the clay pot, it is in the glass pots. So you are living as a tenant there. You should have a mentality that this earth is to be used by many people in the coming years. So it is my holistic view. It is my holistic thoughts to keep the earth as it is in a good condition. Understood? So here, as Nevin said, as my earth should be changed into our earth. That is a holistic way. This is an earth that is to be used by many others also. So, Thatcher says, I will take 5 minutes more. I will finish it. No generation has a freehold. When you separate the world into two, the meaning will be more clear. Nobody shall think it is a freehold on earth. All we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease. You are the one to repair the earth. You have a responsibility to repair the earth. In the words of Mr. Lester Brown, underline Lester Brown, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. we have borrowed it from our children. Underline. You see, we have not inherited. If we keep the thought inherited, then you will think it is my only. I can use it. But you should think that you have borrowed. You are a tenant. You have borrowed from your forefathers, so you have to hand over to your coming generation. If you have such a holistic thought, now you understood the meaning of holistic. If you have such a holistic thought, if you have such a pure thought, you will maintain this earth in a good condition, so that because you are responsible to hand over this to the younger generation in a holistic way. So that is the gist of the lesson. We are not the freehold people. We are tenants and borrowers. And our responsibility is to hand over to the coming generation. Clear now? Read the lesson once again together. I will send the questions to ask questions later. Okay. Thank you. I end the meeting.
Bye, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Welcome.